Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome to episode 29 of Civilization 5 as Portugal on Emperor difficulty. We've finished our war with Egypt, for now anyway. I would still like to try and take Memphis. It will give me an easy path over to Korea later. But my main concern is Arabia. I'm trying to build up a little bit of a navy so I can go over there and try and take one or two of their cities. At the same time also trying to get ready for whatever victory condition I can try and nab, to be honest, because I'm at such a point in the game where I really don't know what I am going to do. Egypt doesn't like us. Well, there's a surprise. I do hold a good number of the capitals now. I've got the Songhai capital, I've got the Mayan capital, I have got the Egyptian capital. The Assyrian capital is inland and quite far away, but I don't think it would be difficult to take. Going to war with them wouldn't be a major hassle. Korea wouldn't be too bad if we get Memphis out of the way first. But obviously we've got Arabia who are on their own little island and they're going to be difficult to get to. And they control the Polynesian capital as well. So it's going to be very, very tricky dealing with that. Lisbon's now finished its hotel. What can we build here? We don't really have an awful lot of wonders that we can go for. It makes a lot of sense to try and get an airport or to try and get the stadium because happiness is a little bit of a problem. Let's try and go for a stadium first. I do still have a great engineer knocking around, which I'm not going to use yet because I do want to wait until we potentially have something more useful that we can use him for. Might be nice to go and get a trading post on this desert tile here, because we will get some faith from that, so that's not a bad tile. Bomber, you are just going to sleep for a turn. That's the one we moved last turn. Worker, you have done your reparations here, so you can go down and start repairing some of these pillaged improvements. All the rest of the bombers, I think, can just go on to sleep. Did I just skip next turn with them all, or did I put them on sleep? Because it's strange that they're all waking up. Artillery, yes, we need to upgrade you. That's fine. It's cost us a lot of our money, but at least we have done that. So let's get some more rocket artillery down here. Not an awful lot else that I could do on that turn. I'll probably get some naval units that need sorting out. Yep, here we go. So, right, they have a carrier. Doesn't look like they've got anything on it, though. Let's keep moving these units around as much as possible. Wow, Vilnius has a little bit of a navy there, don't they? Let's move you to there. Vilnius is our ally, though, which is a very, very good thing. So I'm quite happy, mainly due to the size of their navy, that they are my ally. And maybe at this point I should start concentrating on trying to get as many city-states as possible on my side, because they are certainly going to help in the subsequent wars, even if they are just providing a distraction. Got a lot of hotels that are due to finish shortly. They mainly just increase tourism. It isn't going to do an awful lot for me because most of these cities don't have a lot of tourism. But it will help a little bit. Wheel of the King Day. A lot of those has ended. A lot of different cities are demanding, what, salt, cotton, and citrus. Not sure if we're going to be able to grab any of those. Palenque's finished a bomber because that's what we needed, another bomber. Let us go ahead and... Difficult choices here. I guess we could go ahead and get a stock exchange. We could certainly do with a little bit more money, though. Factories are nice as well. Let's go ahead and get the stock exchange first. Porto has finished its hotel. What would we like to get over here? I think what we're going to do now is start working on a few more battleships. Maybe even a carrier. I'll consider it, but certainly would nice to get a few more battleships. Obviously, we need to do that with our coastal cities. You were going to be our railroad builder. So you're going to build from there all the way over to Thebes. Assuming you can get there, that is. You guys build a trading post. That'll be a nice little tile. 2 production, 2 gold, 2 science, and 1 faith. You guys, you were the guys that were stuck over there, so I'd like you to come down here and repair some stuff. Although saying that, there's quite a few tiles here that do actually need improving. That's got a mine on, that's got a mine, that has a mine also. Elephants have, or the ivory has a camp, that has a camp. Okay, so most of the useful stuff has been improved. So let's go down here then and start trying to get some of these tiles repaired. Not that we have an awful lot of control over Thebes at the moment. It's still in resistance for another 11 turns. Nothing we can do about that. Rocket artillery. Let's move you up towards the front if we can. Another rocket artillery. We should continue to move you forwards. That might be a slightly better tile for you to be on. Another rocket artillery here, of course. And we have a cargo ship again. We're going to avoid trying to go to Arabia with that, and we'll continue to try and trade with Korea for now. That bomber. Well, that bomber can't go into Tikal, I think, because there's a yeah, you can only have a 6 aircraft limit. Unless, of course, we build an airport here, and that would give us room for more. I guess it wouldn't hurt to just put one of them in Thebes for now. Another rocket artillery. We've got a lot of artillery now, so when we come to actually take Memphis, we should be okay. That shouldn't be too much of a hardship taking Memphis out. This destroyer. What I'm tempted to do, actually, is just get this destroyer healed up. You can stay there. That's interesting. They've still got some privateers. Or still got a privateer, put it that way. So we're currently second on the scoreboard, and we've got pretty much double the score of Korea, double the score of Egypt, double the score of, well, more than double the score of everybody else. Only 6 players, with 2 missing, of course, because the Songhai have been eliminated, have the Mayans, so that's why there's only 6 players in this game now, instead of the original 8. Machine gun, you've now healed up nicely. Let's start moving you up towards the front a little. You finished that farm. I guess I could get you guys to sort of carry on doing stuff. Grassland on a hill, that could be a useful lumber mill there. Infantry, you're the one that was in the city. You're fully healed up. I think you can stay there for now. Don't think you need to move. Busy workers. Should we get a lumber mill? Do we have a coal mine here yet? No, we don't. Let's go ahead and connect that up. It might be useful. You guys can repair that. Mobile Sam. I guess that's probably a good spot for the Mobile Sam. It gives Thebes a bit of protection from anything coming in from Heliopolis and Memphis, so we should be good there. You guys are going to continue your way. Well, you've got quite a way to go to get... I mean, they move fairly quickly, but they've still got a way to go before they can get to Arabia. But we will do what we can. What else do we have? This bomber. Yep, you're just going to go to sleep because there's nothing else you can do. On to the next turn. Need to move my Great General because he's a little bit exposed there. Looks like we might be going for the science victory. It seems to make the most sense at the moment. Let's just move you and put you... I guess we could put you in the city, actually. Wouldn't be the worst idea. What was I doing with you? You can go and repair that. Unit needs orders. You can just stay there. You can just stay there. At the rate things are going, we may end up with our second war with Egypt before we even have chance to do anything against Arabia. It is possible that I'll be able to fight against both of them at the same time, because they are going to be 2 separate wars on 2 separate sides of the map, as it were. So we might be okay with that. I think what we need to do as well, we'll just wait until the AI turn is finished processing. We'll have a quick look at the victory process. Only 1 player has completed the Apollo program so far, which is Arabia. So Arabia could go... They're still quite a way out, though. They haven't built any of the parts. They have completed the Apollo program. Nobody else has managed to do that, which is a good thing. We own the majority of the capitals. Diplomatic victory, no one is anywhere close. Cultural victory... Can't really tell from this screen because it's a little bit of a pain, but if we actually go over here, Arabia and Egypt are influential of 2 over the 5. Well, I don't think Egypt is going to have an awful lot of sway with anybody anymore, because we've done quite a bit of damage to them. As you can see now, Egypt's influence is falling with pretty much everybody, and that's mainly because we've just taken their most powerful city. On the other hand, if we look at Arabia are actually still doing quite well. They've still got a long way to go before they are going to be influential with Egypt, but the fact that we're actually cutting chunks out of Egypt makes it more and more likely that they will get influential with them. Polynesia's almost wiped out. I actually considered taking Polynesia's last city. If I took Polynesia's last city, that would mean that Arabia would only need to get influential with Egypt and myself. They're already almost influential with myself. And if I take Memphis out, that might be all Arabia needs to win. So maybe we don't go against Memphis. Maybe that would be a silly thing to do. Let's go ahead here and get a lumber mill. You guys have repaired that. I think we're already sending someone down to repair that. So I guess you could go over here. That's too far away, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Oh, well, never mind. Just wasted your turn there, kind of. So everyone else can just sort of sit on alert. We've got a cargo ship. We will send you to Chichen Itza, I suppose. Keep that money coming in. Happiness is down to 1 now, so we are going to have to get that up quite soon. Let's move you up to there, and then you can go on to alert. On to the next turn we go. So the question is, assuming that I don't want to attack Memphis, can I potentially get a scientific victory before Arabia gets a cultural victory? That is going to be a very, very interesting question. I certainly have enough aluminium to build all of the spaceship parts. We're currently working on the Apollo program. But yeah, getting a cultural victory from Arabia is my biggest threat right now. They do have the Apollo program, but I doubt they're going to go for that. If I can, yeah, culture victory contender. So Arabia is now, that must mean they're now influential with me, because I was the next closest on the list. I'm still in a revolutionary wave. I'm getting minus 51 happiness from my ideology. Yeah, I'm still in positives just. That's not what I wanted to check. I wanted to go and look at the culture victory, or the influence by player. Okay. They must be, mind you, I think what it was, their tourism just overtook my culture, and then at the beginning of my turn, my culture sort of then went up a bit, and... yeah, see, we've got trade routes. Oh, that's... so, if we could... yeah, they've got trade routes with me, and I can't really do anything to stop that. Oh, well. Okay, we've finished the academy here. Let's go ahead and build the stadium. We need to get some happiness quite quickly. So, let's assume that we do want to go for a scientific victory. So, what we really want to move into is... well, satellites would be nice, because then we could get the Hubble Space Telescope. So, let's go into satellites. And we do have a great engineer who we could use to try and rush the Hubble Space Telescope, assuming that it hasn't gone already. And then we are going to have to work on things like advanced ballistics and into nanotechnology. So we are still quite a way off. Doesn't mean that it's not doable. You're now fully healed up. And maybe going to war with Arabia will be enough to slow them down a little bit. Yeah, I can build a stoneworks there, but it is a little bit pointless, so I'm not going to bother. But I don't think I have an awful lot else that that you could do. I'm just having a quick look around and see if there's any tiles that need upgrading. I could remove these roads, which would give me a little... I'd save a little bit of money on maintenance. But as I do... well, I don't know if I do want to take Thebes now. Sorry, take Memphis, because I'd have to take Memphis, I'd have to take Seoul, and then getting to Assyria is going to be a right pain in the neck. So I'm thinking that I just stop going to war now, except Arabia, because I do need to do something with Arabia to slow them down. Can I get Arabia to go to war with somebody else? That's a good question. Because he is friendly. Would you be willing to declare war on... you got a... well, already at war with Korea. Don't really want them to go to war with Egypt, because if they... yeah, they would actually go to war with Egypt. He doesn't want all that much for it either. There again, I feel... well, he's not like he'd be able to take any of Egypt's cities. So how about I just give you some aluminum? Or aluminium even, I get it right. No, I don't want your gold. I wanted to offer you some gold per turn. So if I give you 5 gold per turn, would that be enough? What about if I give you 8 gold per turn? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so Arabia's now gone to war with Egypt. Now, I don't think they're going to be able to do an awful lot, but it might slow down their culture progress because they may just start spamming out units instead. Now, that might sound like it's a little bit stupid for me, but they are at war with a few other people as well. I didn't find a job for you, did I? Well, that needs repairing, I suppose, so we can go ahead and do that. These workers, you're going to build a coal mine. These workers... Oh, you've just finished repairing something, haven't you? Yeah, once again, I'm getting to that point where my workers have pretty much done all that they can, which is useful. I guess we go over here and get some farms next to Tikal, because we've got a few grasslands here on the river. So let's move on to the next turn. We've still got units needing orders. Got a machine gun. You can just sit there. No need for you to do anything else right now. Yeah, it's going to be very, very difficult for me to get a victory, I think. And the main reason for that is just because Arabia is now too far ahead. They were quite isolated. I did pay them to go to war with Polynesia a few times, hoping they'd come to a stalemate but slow each other down. Unfortunately, Arabia were too strong for Polynesia and have gobbled Polynesia up. So that's just made Arabia even stronger. And because they're on their little island there, and because I was fixating so much on Egypt, it's made it very, very difficult. Just killed an Egyptian spy, which is really, really nice. Gaz finished its stadium. I could go ahead and get a military base here. It's not a bad idea because I would get happiness from that. So let's go ahead and do that. We're up to +3 happiness right now. Obviously, this differing ideology thing is going to be a problem for a very long time, so we do need to make sure that we keep our happiness up as much as possible. I was going to say we're just about to get another unit that needs orders. We have a worker here. What are you doing? I'm not even sure what you're doing. Yeah, what are you doing? Let's just go down here and we'll build a farm. On to the next turn. Do we actually get the next turn this time? Yep, there we go. It's processing the turn for others. So Egypt is still moving a few units around. I don't really want to have to go to war with Egypt because if I take out Memphis, then they will lose a lot of culture, and that will I don't know why you're denouncing me. You've only got one tiny little city that's right next to my capital, near enough. The only reason I haven't obliterated him right now is because if I take him out, then that'll be one less player for Arabia to get influential with. Currently, I think Egypt is the only player that's actually stopping Arabia from being able to win this cultural victory. Refrigeration stolen. We don't know who. Stolen from Braga. Let's have a look at the culture overview. Influenced by player. Arabia are now influential with myself. They are sort of gaining on Polynesia. But they are actually losing influence with Egypt, which is really, really nice. And that was another good thing about making them declare war. Because they have a war against each other, then they have now lost the bonus from having trade routes. I mean, once I declare war against Arabia, then we won't have any trade routes, so they'll lose that 40% bonus, which should then make their influence start to drop. So it's another reason that I'd be really, really happy to do that. Getting a factory here isn't a bad idea. We do have plenty of coal, and we are getting some more. You guys, I want to repair that. You guys are going to go there and build a farm. You guys have got no idea what you're going to do at this point. I think I just have too many workers. Are all of these improved? Yeah, we've got a camp on that. What have we got over here on this hill? Nothing. Let's go ahead and build something there then. On to the next turn. I think as soon as we get all of these battleships in place, we are going to go in and start trying to take a few chips off Medina. I was hoping that many of my trade routes with them would have expired. I can have a quick look, actually, and I probably should do. Have a quick look at the trade route overview. See how many trade routes, if any, I have with the Songhai. Not the Songhai, sorry, with Arabia. One thing I've also just thought of as well, they may have... yeah, they're influential with us now, and he's rubbing my nose in it. One thing they may have here, of course, is submarines. Now, I can't see submarines with battleships. The only things that can see submarines are missile cruisers, other submarines, and destroyers. So I really need to get my destroyer over here first. Unit promotion, of course, we've got a new battleship. We are going to give you targeting against naval units, and we will give you 2 targeting against naval units. There's no point actually giving it targeting targeting against land units, because it doesn't help it with bombarding cities, which is the main reason it is going to be there. So let's go ahead and build a submarine, because that is going to be very important for us. You have built that. Is there anything else useful that you could build, or have we pretty much done everything? I guess we could get some trading posts up in some of these jungles. They're not really needed, but just trying to find jobs for my workers right now. You're going to build a farm. Right, let's have a quick look at the trade route overview. How many trade routes do we have currently? Right, we only have one. So we would only theoretically lose one trade route if we declared war right now. But like I said, as I don't know if they have any submarines there, that does actually worry me quite a bit. But within the next couple of turns, definitely, we need to do something about that. We've got a route to cancel. We've got that destroy. That destroy is actually getting close. So he will be able to see submarines. Right, Route 2 has apparently been cancelled. Well, you can actually go there and build the next step of railroad. You are going to also build a farm. And that's all I can do on this turn, so I'm going to call that the end of the video. So next time, I don't think we're going to be going to war with Egypt, because weakening Egypt will just make things more difficult for ourselves. So what we're going to do, concentrate on building a navy. And I probably aren't going to be able to take much away from Arabia, but my plan is to just try and be a colossal pain in their arse, enough to slow them down so that I can potentially try and get a science victory. I've got a fair decent amount of production, I've got a decent number of cities, and I have been spamming research labs everywhere. If we can manage to beat everyone to the Hubble Space Telescope, we'll get 2 free great scientists. We're only 8 turns away from the tech. I've got a great engineer that I can use to rush it, so that should help a little bit. We can pop those scientists straight the way. That will help us towards unlocking some of the research we need to get other parts for the spaceship, and then we can see if we can get that. So a little bit of a last minute turnaround. It is possible that we might be able to win, but it's all down to whether or not I can slow down. Oh, see, Polynesia's actually spat out a second city there. That's annoying. But it all comes down to whether or not I can slow down Arabia's chances of winning. And if we're just going to have a look at the influence by player, see, it would still take them 284 turns to become influential with Egypt. So we may actually be able to do this, providing, of course, Egypt doesn't get any smaller, which is the reason why I really, really shouldn't take any more from Egypt. But we will see what happens in a future video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Civilization 5 as Portugal on Emperor, and I'll see you next time. So until then, goodbye for now.